Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome to episode 22 of our Enigmatica 6 Let's Play. 23. Episode 23. Yeah, that's correct. I don't remember if I said the right episode last time either. This is 23. Anyway, where today we are going to be working on continuing a little bit from last episode and working on getting our energy cell of the hardened tier. But at the same time, I want to automate this energizing orb. Looked it up. Like I said, the Enigmatica 6 wiki on GitHub has a guide on how to do this, both with refined storage and just a basic simple way. We're going to do the simple way for now because I don't. The way that it's set up requires a bunch of piping and everything, so we're going to end up probably moving this or trying to make this look a little better. I wish this pack had the. I don't think it does. Entangloporters. Not the Entangloporter. The well, I think there's like the Entangle mod, I think, which allows for basically a phantom face from actually editions where you take a it makes it so that you can set this block to be somewhere else. So I could have this sitting here, and then I could have it like down in our basement. I could do all the automation down there, and it basically makes a ghost image of our block, or a duplicate essentially, and it stores the location here. So whatever I do down there happens up here. Actually, Editions has the Phantom interface, which is what they're working or waiting on for this pack, is actually Editions to be updated, because it is being worked on for 1.16. Just nobody knows when it's going to actually come out. Once that's done, we'll have Phantom interfaces. But anyway, long story short, I don't want to do the refined storage automation for this yet because it's not very pretty looking. We'll do the basic automation. So let's go ahead and get set up. Let's grab our chests. I think we have a few chests in here. Yes, and we have exactly 2. And what this automation is going to use is this mod called Pretty Pipes. Pretty Pipes is, as it sounds, they're pipes that can do item transfer. And I think it's just item transfer. I'm not 100% sure on all that it can do. Can it do RF and stuff like that and liquids? Mod filter. I think it's just like crafting terminal. I think it's just items. It's very similar to like simple storage networks. Pipe pressurizer. Requires FE, but increases the speed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it just does items. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get these pipes. So we're gonna get some pipes, and then we need a extraction module as well, which is gonna require us to make that, and servo, and this guy. So from what I understand, we need to do is set this here and this here, this here and this here. One of them is gonna be our output, one of them is gonna be our input, okay? And what we do is the pipe that is closest to our chest, we're going to go ahead and right click, is going to install the module. Then we're going to right click it again, and we can see the module that's installed, and we can access the inventory. So from what I understand, we have to set this to do something. Let me go back over here because I don't remember exactly. We have to, oh, I put the wrong module in there. We need a stack limiter module. Yeah, so let's go ahead and make that really quick. Okay. I think we do need the extraction module still, but we also need a stack limiter module in order to limit how many of each item comes out. And from what I understand with this thing is that it is smart, that it will only allow one item of any one type out at a time, which works perfect for our case because we need 1 gold and 1 copper to come out of the pipe. So let's put that there. Stack limiter module, we only want 1, and we can leave don't limit to 1 stack off as far as I know. Yep. Okay. So in theory, if I grabbed our stack of copper and our stack of gold, and if I say them properly, if we put those in there, it works. Okay, so it says do it on this side. Limit to 1, okay. And Just on the right hand side, right click the section of pipe coming out with one of the extraction modules has installed it into the pipe. Okay, yep, that is correct. Right click the stack limiter module onto the pipe leading into the energizing orb. Right click again with an empty hand as it needs to be configured. Correct. Now we want to configure the output side. Again, right click the section of pipe coming out of the energizing orb with an extraction module. It's smart. That's it. Batch crafting. So this theoretically should be working. Oh, I need another one of those extraction modules so I can extract from the energizing orb. Just needs another one of these. Pulls items from adjacent inventories. What I'm curious is if it may not work with the iron chests, as we have noticed before. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I had to be on disallowed, not allowed. See, look, it sends one of each, bam, and the energizing orb is smart that it only allows, and I put that on the wrong side. The energizing orb itself is smart that it will only allow extraction of completed items, so you don't have to worry about the completed item, you're pulling out like these reagents. It'll only pull out the completeds. And there we go. We solved that problem from last episode. We're getting that hardened steel, or hardened, yeah, or energized steel. I'm sorry. For the hardened tier, it is energized steel. And we could put like a importer in here, so it'll import into the system as needed. But I don't know if that's 100% necessary as it stands right now. Let's go ahead and sleep through this night so we don't have to worry about all these crickets and mobs and all that stuff going on outside. And since we have that automated now, that is fantastic. And when we get to the refined storage automation of this, you still use pretty pipes because you can, comparators apparently can read from pretty pipes their inventory. So as the item flashes past the pipe, the output item flashes past the pipe, it'll trigger the comparator. The comparator will trigger the refined storage crafter, which will be set to only allow items on pulse, which blah 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 blah. We'll get it set up. No worries. If that sounds confusing, look out for it in a future episode because we will be doing that. Because it gets a little bit more complicated when we get to future crafts of these things. It requires more than just one gold and one copper. It may require 2 gold and 1 copper, for example. Let's go ahead and make the rest of our these guys. What was it I needed? I think 20. I did go mining for redstone, so we have quite a bit now. So we'll go ahead and craft those 20 in the interim while we work on making this energized cell. So we're going to have a couple things we need to program. We're going to need to program these hardened capacitors. Teach the system how to make a hardened capacitor, which is the same thing as a basic capacitor with energized steel instead. And that's going to go ahead and make 2. So let's pop that into here. And theoretically, oh, we can actually upgrade our energy cell. Let's do that. Instead of crafting a brand new one, let's upgrade ours. Missing 4, but we have it. This should make 2 stacks of this stuff, which I think should be more than plenty. Did I not teach it large basic capacitors? Well, you're going to run out of power soon. I taught it basic capacitors and basic capacitors tiny. So we need a basic, I'm going to assume that's like a combination of those two. Yes. Put that in there, and now we can do that. Don't need to make another one. I just need that, and it isn't working with the because that has NBT data. Well, unfortunate. Okay, so how do we do this? What's the best way to go about doing this? Can't we? Oh my goodness, it's going to fill that one up. Go away. Isn't there? How did we? That's an energy cell, basic energy cell hardened. Like, no, gosh, because that should have the channels. That's unfortunate that it didn't let me craft with this thing. It looks like because it had NBT data, it would not let me upgrade it. Does the quest book have anything to say about that? My quest book keeps getting reset. My game crashed again, and I had to go downstairs. And every time you log out, those external storages stop working, which is kind of frustrating. Well, I need 16 of these capacitors. Let's just go ahead and make those for the quest, but it doesn't look like it says anything about how to get this to work. What was the process for this? Okay, so energy cell into... Gotta store that power somewhere. Oh, is this... Am I an idiot? I think I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. That's an ender cell. That's an energy cell. Those are two different things. Energy cell is this thing, which holds 6 million RF. How much does this hold? 4 million RF. Yes, I do not want that. It was an ender cell I needed. Tell me that uses a... Oh, I can just upgrade that. Okay, well, we wasted a little bit of resources there, but we can just upgrade this guy to the next tier, just like this. Just need some more of those, or that energized steel. Clear that out. Don't need that anymore. We need the ender cell. Hey, they're both close in name. Ender energy. It was slightly confusing. Okay, don't blame me. Now we kept the MBT data. It retained its inventory. We can now transfer 8,000 RF a tick out of that channel, so we're good to go. Okay, that's what I wanted. Let's pick up those capacitors that we made so we can complete the quest too. Done. And let's grab our solar panels. Let's put our dank up here. Let's put this away. That can go in there. And solar panels. Let's go set all these up. And then we'll collect our quest for getting all this stuff done. You there, 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 there. I don't think there's any way to see. Well, like I said, this is 6,000 RF a tick. So, yeah, these are all going to be pretty nice. I wish you could see like what the input on this specific ender gate is, which is one thing you can do with that other mod I was talking about that I can't remember the name of right now. Flux networks. You can see what the input is on the specific pipe. But like I said, this is much cheaper. We got a power loop box. Sweet. With more dielectric casings. It seems to be that that is what all the power loop boxes have in them. So, blazing crystals. What is it going to take to make a blazing crystal then? That is just a blaze rod put in here, or 4 blaze powder to make the blazing tier of stuff. Which is eventually what we want to get to, because those ender gates, the blazing tier, is where we need to be. So, let's see how our auto crafting thing is going. It looks like it's done. So let's just go ahead and get some blaze rods, because remember, we have a blaze farm that we can, if we need more of these, we can just go down to the blaze farm, stand there, and swack, 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 and get blaze rods. Well, this does use a lot more RF, so it's going to take a while. Plus, we have our energizing rods are only the basic tier, not the hardened tier. So we could upgrade those with some capacitors and some cables, but I'm not too concerned about it at the moment. We'll just let this run. Since it is automated, we can just let it run, and it's making the blazing crystals, which I think if I pick one of those up, it'll complete the next quest. Yes. Which is going to get us a block of energized steel. Nice. So we can just quickly convert that back, and we got that. And that's going to be 24 of the blazing capacitors for this quest. So that we're going to need quite a bit of that blazing nugget stuff. I don't remember what it was called. Let's see, what else can we do to finish off some of our quests here? The furninator. Let's make that, because we have the solar panels done. So the furnator, the basic tier, which is going to be this, but it requires a blast furnace. So let's go ahead and make that guy. You don't know how to make smooth stone? No. Okay. Because we have stone. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know if we have stone in the system on how to make stone. You are going to be in the energized smelter. I always forget to set that to processing too. I'm glad refined storage is smart about that. And then we'll teach stone, because we don't have that on craft, do we? No. Regular stone is the same thing with cobblestone. So we can set that up here. And we should be good to go to make the furnator. After we make the blast furnace. Goodness gracious. Control click. Go ahead and do that really quick. I put those. Goodness, I put those in the wrong thing. Those need to be down here in the advanced smelting factory so they can get smelted. So I need to cancel that. Now let's make a blast furnace. Bam. And we can make a furnator. Just to finish off the quest. We don't need it though, but it's just for the quest. Gives us some coal, gives us some loot box. We can go up here and pick up one of our solar panels to finish that quest off. Give me that. Bam. And we got quests done. I want to do the quest. They give us loot. I like loot. What does that give us? It gave us a pair of sunglasses. Grants immunity to blindness. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Hey. That goes on our head. Interesting it doesn't go in the goggles tier, but it goes on our head. Sweet. So that, uranium ingots done. What else for the power can we do right now? So what is this? Lens of Ender. If you upgrade for any solar panel, just right click on it and it'll be able to generate even without direct access to the sky. So that means we could put it down like in our basement or anything. This is just use a photoelectric pane on an Enderman or Endermite. We are coming up on nighttime here, so let's go ahead and make a photoelectric pane. And if we come across an Enderman while we happen to be here, just to finish off the quest, we'll go ahead and do it. Gives us another loot box. This is the Magmator, which gives us a bucket of lava, it looks like, and the Thermogenerator. You can use lava as a renewable, self-sufficient power source. Well, the thermogenerator is for you. Any device will generate a small amount of power as long as it's placed over a heat source, lava, magma blocks, etc. And has a liquid coolant, like water, in its internal tank. The FE per tick values displayed in JAI are only the baseline. Liquid coolants play an important role in energy production. From what I understand, though, the solar panels are significantly better. But let's look it up. Thermogenerator. So if you take a look at this, and okay, so generates 130 RF a tick for the basic tier. Solar panels already output that. Granted, these can do this at all times versus only being during daytime. Hardened tier does 140. Yeah, so these that is not much of a scale up between the different tiers. Any Endermen I see on our map? Not yet. Okay, so that was our solar panels. That was automating this. That was getting our Ender Cell upgraded. That's quite a bit of stuff that we just did. And we actually did it pretty quick. So that means our next step is going to be to get into, I believe, we're going to start working on Botania. That's my next goal, is to get into Botania because I want a Sojourner Sash. That's my end goal. I want to be able to run faster. I also want the Botania Magnet. Mainly because, well, A, it's a bauble, so I don't have to worry about it being in my inventory. And B, you can turn your magnet off with, is it this flower? I don't remember what flower it is. I don't remember what flower it is because I've actually never used it before. I actually never used Botania before. So it's going to be a learning experience for us. I've played with it a little bit, but I've never gotten terribly too far. But I've seen other people use it, and yeah, I want to do it. So let's do Botania. So, from what I understand, our first step is going to be, we need all of the flowers because we need to get all of the petals. In order to do that, we have a thing called floral fertilizer, which grows the Botania petals. So all it requires is some bone meal and then any dye. Luckily, we have blue dye. So all it requires is bone meal. which luckily I have a bunch of bone blocks here so that we can use that to do it. So we can go ahead and convert these into bone meal. Straight up. Bam. Grab our floral fertilizer. And let's just grab as much of that as we can. Still nighttime, but I don't see any Endermen on our map, and it's not super important for us to get that Ender thingy done, so I'm not going to be too concerned about it. But we're going to go ahead and first off eat. And what we need is one of every flower that Botania has to offer. So if we just do this, we can get a bunch of flowers, and then we should be able to vein mine it all. Bam. And then bam. And bam. So let's see what that got us. Let's go back inside and see what we ended up getting. We got a bunch of junk for sure. Demon's Dream, soybean, pumpkin, zucchini. What we care about is the flowers, not the seeds. So if we look at Botania flowers, I think there's what, 16 different flowers? Is that, am I correct in that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do, well, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wait, are these are glimmering. That's different. Okay, so that's the flowers. So I think we have quite a lot of them. Let's see. Do we have every color? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, something. We got a lot. I think we're good. So that is our first step, is getting into the flowers, because we need to make our mana stuff. Let's grab our book. I'm trying to work off of memory here from everybody else I've seen play this, and my memory ain't always the greatest. So let's go ahead and find our Botania book. Botania. Forgot that this is alphabetical. Let's start from the beginning. Basics and mechanics. Welcome to Botania. You can read through this. This is just telling you how to use the book. The mod that allows the book is called Patchouli, created by Vasky as well. And it's a fantastic book mod. Being able to have all the books unified is fantastic. Lexica Botania is a repository of all knowledge for botanical manners, but you probably already knew that. Tells you how to make the book, which we already have. The addition of the Lexica shown equates to the version of the Botania you're running about, which is a fourth wall break, he says. Around the world, you may stumble upon a large variety of mystical flowers. Spotting these flowers doesn't take too much time or work as they glow faintly. The flowers can be plucked from mystical petals, which are used in the creation of plants. Right-click a petal upon the ground will bury it, making it emit particles. Can be crushed into corresponding dyes. Crafting the pestle and mortar, you can turn it into the different dyes. Using any combination of typical flower substance will work. Taller variants of the typical mystical flowers only be gathered with shears, and we can pluck twice for the petals a normal flower would yield. They're a bit too big for dye, though. Tall flower variants can be made manually by fertilizing a mystical flower or a buried petal with bone meal. If you find yourself running low on a particular color, try burying a petal and then using bone meal on it. That's good to know. So this is just all the different dyes that you can make. To create plant life that can do their bidding, a botanist needs a special means of infusing plants with mystical energy. Luckily, the petal apothecary can do just that. So we're going to go ahead and need a petal apothecary. Petal apothecary. Which just requires any flower or... yeah, so your best bet is going to be to convert that over and then make it. That way you're getting 2 for the 1. Petal apothecary. Let's go ahead and craft that, but I need some slabs. So we got our petal apothecary, okay? This block, when placed in the world and given some water by right-clicking or throwing in a water bucket, will accept any mystical petals thrown into it, absorbing their energies. Once the correct petals have been provided, throwing any seeds will finalize the crafting process. All functional and generating flora are made here. Sneak right-clicking with an empty hand will remove the last item thrown in. If it's filled with lava instead of water, it will serve as a brazier. Brazier? Yeah, brazier. I don't remember how to say that. One of them is appropriate, one of them's not. So I'm just going to skip that. A lava pot and incinerator, destroying any items that come into contact with it. Tossing vines will give it an overgrown appearance. Comparators can detect its fullness. You can automatically fill it with water. Up to 20 seconds after crafting a flower and after refilling the water, if you right-click the apothecary with an empty hand, it'll pull another set of the same ingredients out of your inventory for quick crafting in bulk. Okay? So that is the Petal Apothecary. After that, we're going to need to make a Pure Daisy. The Pure Daisy is going to allow us to create living wood, and there is living wood and living rock. Yeah. Okay. Black Lotus can give you mana. You can find those around in the world. You can create a flower pouch. Physical laws regarding inventories are somewhat skewed in our world. Thanks to that, carrying an array of different colors of flowers can turn out to be a major hassle. Luckily, a flower pouch takes care of all those issues. It can store up to 1 stack of each color of mystical flower and passively catch any more that its holder picks up. That's kind of handy. All right, so what we need to do is make the Pure Daisy. So let's go outside because this is Botania, and Botania has to do with nature, and nature is outside. So let's set this up. Oh, not over there. Ignore those guys. Didn't even look at my map. Let's go ahead and set this up. We don't need this farm anymore, so let's just tear all this down. Fix our mess that we made. And honestly, it can go here. That'll all convert back, and then we can go ahead and dump that in there, that in there. We have our flowers. I'm gonna get a drawer real quick, but I want like where's the 2x2? Was that, I just had it, didn't I? 8 stacks per drawer. Let's make this. And we can put all our petals in there. And we can have it all nice and organized and make it look nice. I hate that this doesn't use the right drawers. Like it's using oak drawers and oak, like, so it can't autocraft, and it keeps cycling through what you can use, and so it's like you can't click any of this. It's wanting these specific planks, and I'm pretty sure the system knows how to make planks, correct? Yes. So I don't know why it's doing that. Well, whatever. For now, we'll just stick with what we have. So our Petal Apothecary can go ahead and go here, and we're gonna need some water, which I think I have a bucket of water already. Bam, fill that up, and I think I have a fluid tank with water in it as well, so if we need more water, we're good to go. But what we want is a Pure Daisy. Does JEI have it? Yes, it does. So that is any white, well, not any white, but it is 4 white petals and then some seeds. Luckily, we have some, and we're going to want 2 of these. So let's do this. And then we're going to want some seeds. Just plain old seeds will do. And what we want to do is pop on top. We'll drop 2, 3, 4, and bam, and we're good to go. That made us a Pure Daisy. Let's get some more water in here. What is the button? B? No. N. N. Shift right click. Oh no, that was not what I wanted. Oh, you can't fill this up with that. So what we're gonna do is just, there we go. And we'll then pick up this water. Bam. Okay, so let's make another one. And bam, and there's another Pure Daisy. So then we need to set these 2 guys up so we can start making living wood and living rock. And that is done right back here. So let's boop, clear out a little bit of this, clear out a little bit of that. So we can set this guy up here, and then this guy. And what you do with this, just to demonstrate here, just to clean my inventory here. Not only am I doing it to demonstrate, but I need to figure out where I need to place this, so it's for my benefit as well. We broke the blackberry bushes. So you're going to surround this with stone or wood, and then you can have another one that you surround with stone or wood to craft both of your components that you need. So if we grab stone, and it has to be stone, not cobblestone, and we grab wood, or logs, and it's logs, not regular like planks. So if we do this, and you'll see it has particle effects around it. So we'll do this and then set this up. And you'll see they're going to start crafting. And if you didn't know, at least you used to be able to, you can speed it up. Is that working? Look, it did. So there is our living rock and living wood. And whenever we get into making a building gadget, which, to be honest, I'm actually very surprised I have not made a building gadget yet, because it's usually one of the first things I do. Did I make a building gadget? No, I have not made a building gadget yet. I have a destruction gadget, but not a building gadget. But what you can do is you can place your stuff, let it process, and then undo it, and you'll pick it right back up. Do it again, back and forth, back and forth. And it's kind of a, I'd say, it's not a cheat, but it's a quick and easy, effective way of mass producing all this stuff. And eventually you can automate it with refined storage using constructors and destructors and stuff like that. But we are not going to get into that just yet. So anyway, we have our Botania stuff. Let's grab a chest. Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Can I make an iron chest real quick? Just make me a regular chest. And then give me an iron chest. See, now, look. See, this is making those quirk chests. And it is not like... You need a copper chest or an oak chest. Look, that's it. Goodness gracious. Let's go ahead and take all our Botania stuff. And we are going to put it outside over here in this area. All our flowers. We're going to get set up with our... I'll get a storage door system going so that we can convert all these into petals. But we're going to put our living wood and our living rock in here. And this is going to be our nice little Botania area. And we can actually put this and this in there so that we have it for when we need to make more. But yeah, so we're going to make this our Botania area. This area will start, you know, converting back to normal so we don't have to worry about it. But that's it for this episode. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We got a lot accomplished. Starting into Botania. Next episode, we're going to dive in and be full Botania. Get our Sojourner Sash and our magnet. I forgot to bookmark the magnet. I will forget if I don't. So let's go ahead and bookmark our magnet so that we can get those two going and see what else Botania leads us to. I know there's a fire charm that we can get so that we don't take as much fire damage and all that good stuff. So yeah, anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.